I want to review today's action right here according to the plans that I had and whatever the market did at the level of interest, which was this 59.55, which I had at the 59.55. Now I want to talk about this level first because that level I had it marked just like this. So technically, as it was developing, we never reached it, but I want to briefly review the reason why I had this level. Pretty much right here, there was some consolidation before the drop on. This was last week. It was on May 20th where the market consolidated for a little bit. It didn't have a really significant sell-off, but then what I liked about it was not only these two retests of it, right here and then right here, but also the following day the market consolidated right here, also rallied above this and then had a really large sell-off, and this is the reason why I kept the level, mainly because it rejected really well this day right here on the 21st. Now I had it marked to the 55s, and this is the reason why I missed today's trade pretty much, was because I had it to the 55s, and then going over today's action, we never reached the 55s. We missed it by 3 points. But now in hindsight, reviewing it, all right, now we got to learn from this and have it down to the, let's say, the 50s. A whole number, right? The 50s does make sense too. Let's call it also the 52s, right? Below this low right here. Let's put the 52s, right? So the 52s is this level right here, pretty much consolidation. And then before drop, same thing that I mentioned, right? The market retested this the following day and then sold off, right? So one of my plans today, knowing this was really a strong level, especially what looked interesting from it, was that if we rallied above this swing high, right, we could have found some selling, right? We consolidated, sold off. Each time we came into it, we sold off. So I was looking to see if before the open, I was looking to see if market could have rallied into this, possibly targeting a 90-minute dimension that I have from overnight, right, which was right here. So if the market could have found selling at the 52s, I was looking to target pretty much the 23s. Now, right at the open, and we're gonna use the tape for this, and this is what I want to review from it, knowing the back of my mind that the reason why I missed it was pretty much because I had it to the 55s. I didn't have it down to the 52s, but in hindsight, it worked out really well. So what we're gonna see at the open is that the market gravitates higher. There's not much that I do see from this rally, but we're just simply going to review it, right? The market start moving higher. We have some kind of like a ladder right here. Of course, some algos that you can see. And then at one point, I think we were filling some bits. This is not a level of interest yet. It's only 1 minute to the open. But pretty much the market just consolidates right here, and it has a slow grind up leading into 59.52, which, again, reviewing, I had it up to the 55s, right? So the market does find some strong odd offer trades eventually. I think it starts at 9:34. So far, nothing is here screaming bears or bulls. This is simply some consolidation as we rally higher, right? So then the market, I think it's here where some bits over there they pulled, but then the market starts gravitating higher with aggressive odd offer trades that start at pretty much the 43s. Let's see some large size over there, and you can also see this on a footprint right here, right? All of this action happening at pretty much at the 43s to about the 46s. Really strong odd offer trades as we move higher. The market does gravitate higher, and I was just simply waiting for the 55 to trigger. That was all that I was looking for. I was not looking to be a buyer right here, especially with that tough level higher, right? But you can see 400 lots right here, 200. It was simply just odd offer trades as we're moving higher. Some offers right here, but this is not at the level of interest, right? And when things become a little more clear is whenever we reach all this area right here, all these offers, right? The market does have a rally at 9:39, right? And we're really close to reaching the 52s, right? I want to put 1x speed in this, and then the market starts filling these offers, right? That they just simply get filled. They're not reloaded, but they do get filled. Where you can see some over there now, some of them getting filled, right? As you can see, 498 lots hitting the offer. Same right here, filling these bits, and then the market. Now the context for this is gonna come in this next couple minutes. We're gonna call it from 9:40 to about 9:45, so 5 minutes at the highs. Knowing that the 52s and the 50s are that level of interest, this is where we're going to have the context for that possible reversal that I was speculating on. And again, the problem was that I had the level starting at the 55. So since we never reached the level of interest, I was not a participant in this trade right here. But then, so the market does consolidate right here, and we'll put a high this, let's say, 940. So by now, I think pretty much already we had a high in the market. Of course, I didn't know this in hindsight, but all the information that I have is that the 50s are reached, and if I do see signs of selling, I want to be a participant targeting the 23s, right? So far what we see, first piece of context, let's say out offer trades filling these offers right now. If you know the auction, you would want the out offer trades to, let's say, keep showing intention, keep hitting the offer, rallying higher, or let's say a pullback. But I was not looking for a pullback for the context mentioned that such a strong level higher, right? I wanted to see signs of being a seller, signs of and ways of being a seller targeting a level higher, right? So far I don't have anything. I don't have a break of half day. Let's say would have seen some consolidation and then a half day fake out for sure. I mean, technically we did break the high at 940, but it was not fitting the context yet for a reversal. And I think by 943, 944 is when the context could have fit that possible trade to the downside. And why is that? Well, first, look at that. We had these odd offer trades at 939, right? Filling these offers, and then we're not moving higher right here. We're simply consolidating. And how I like to trade right here, so far is possibly first piece of context, some offers over there right at the highs after filling these ones right here. Could have been that first one, exactly at the same level. Not looking in hindsight at the 50s, right? And simply want to speed this up a little bit more because I do think later on whenever we have that action that is a little more clear to the upside. But let's say by now we're simply consolidating. You want this out offer trades, you want these buyers to keep showing intention to the upside instead of this simply consolidating after hitting 800 lots, right, and filling this all of this right here. So the type of context could be absorption at the highs. Could be that pretty much. As we're rallying higher into the level, we're filling these offers and we're not seeing more intention to the upside. Rather, we're seeing some consolidation right here. But possibly the icing on the cake would have come, I think, at 945, 944, and even right here. All correct. So there are some offers over there, right? And then the market does fill them up a little bit. That could have been the icing on the cake. Just right over there. Look. Filling the offers, right? Filling these offers. There's possibly signs of weakness right here at the highs. It is the level of interest, right? We're seeing all of these out offer trades here. We're not moving higher. With those two pieces of context over there, could have been that possible setup to the downside. But again, having those 55s, I want to pause it right here. So having those 55s higher instead of 52s might not take the trade. Now the market starts gravitating lower right here. Even though there are some bits right here, the market starts gravitating lower. It's not the most significant size to the downside, but let's say it's a possible rally, consolidation, and then a possible drop. And by I said 946 right here. So by 945, these were the offers I was talking about. The ones that do get filled at 945, because by 945 we start selling off. So based on how I like to trade, let's say right here, right, and we're gonna slow it down by 945, right? So consolidating, possible drop, and then let's slow it down by 945 whenever the context does fit this a little more. So we have offers right here 950, right? Same offers from here, short intention once again, short intention once again. If these offers do get reloaded, it could be that possible trade to the downside. being this at a level of interest. And we're going to put this in real time, right? So we have 110 lots. Well, they moved over there. Right here. Let's live an order at the 49.75s. You know, the most I can lose are like 2 to 3 points if I'm speculating that high is in, right? But then I think by 9:45, so let's speed this up a little bit more. And this minute right here. So we're gonna leave it right here. You're like, all right, I'm not seeing the offers getting reloaded. Let me see if they, for example, get reloaded. And this is exactly what happens in this minute right here. Let's leave an order right here, waiting to get filled at 49.50s, 49.75s. Look, it's getting reloaded over there. More getting filled. That offer got filled. And eventually after that, as soon as that happens, the market starts gravitating lower. So either market order one right here at the 48.75s, or let's say you wanted to leave an order right here, ready to get filled. Or as soon as you see the weakness, right, leave an order right here, speculating that it's going to get filled, right over there, 49.25. So would have been a good entry over there in hindsight. But then the market does gravitate lower right here. And after this, by the 46s, it's too much risk. 45s, even 45s, even though it would have made sense how you had, you know, favorable risk to reward. I want to get in before the move, right? Before the move, instead of marking an order right here at the lows. But in hindsight, look at all the pieces of context now aligning, right? Had you enter right here in this or in this, and you zoom out, you have 800 lots, 600 lots, 400 lots on the highs. If we're not moving much higher, especially the level of interest, that could have been a piece of context. And the offers reloading right here. So number one would have been the offers getting filled, strong out offer trades. We're not moving much higher. We can have a rally, possible consolidation, and then a drop, and then the offers reloading. That would have been that last piece of context over there. And then the market didn't spend much time over there, and we sold off really aggressively into the 23s. The reason why I didn't enter again was because this was right here. It was, I'm just gonna mark it. It was at the 55s. So that's pretty much the only reason why I didn't enter. It was because it was at the 55s, never reached it, but now I'm looking back at it, should have been at 52s. Right here, should have been at the 52s, because that's technically the base of this consolidation, right? It is technically, right? And we rejected that over there that day, and we did today. So confirmation was there, context was there. It didn't need to be super clean, right? Like, it was not that 100 lots got reloaded right here and then it stayed and then we sold off, right? It was enough, should have been reacted enough of seeing simply the offers getting filled. This one's right here, out offer trades, consolidation before a possible drop, and then the offers, and all of that knowing that it was at a level of interest.